So I was pretty much raised with in the rodeo and the ranching business. One sister, Sherry, she's been to the national finals in the barrel race. We were competing when we were little bitty. I mean, that's something. Well, learning to ride was come early because of the ranching business. But then junior rodeos, pretty much annual things around the area and all the little towns around, and that's pretty much a natural to go compete at them. And then involved in the junior rodeos, and then the American Junior Rodeo Association was pretty much the main rodeo organization in our country, Texas, New Mexico, and we participated in all those rodeos, and that's where we really got our big start. 12 and under age group, 13 to 15 and 16 to 19. So you got 3 age groups, and you pretty much start in the little one, and as you get older, you just graduate into the next level and you're competing against people your own age. I ended up being the president of the association and the American Junior Rodeo Association and the National Intercollegiate Rodeo Association. Well, mainly keeping the organization going in the right direction and making changes to help the association grow and be successful and make the competition better. And then like Sean Davis, he's here, he's in charge of the National Finals Rodeo, and I was under him as president of the National Intercollegiate Rodeo Association. He was the faculty president and I was the student president. But when we went to Bozeman, Montana for our finals, and at that point I was more involved in helping sell tickets and that sort of stuff to make our finals grow. I've also been in the time event and placed good at Guthrie, Oklahoma, and in time events, that's where you have to work the head and the heeling and the team rope and the steer rope and the calf rope and the steer wrestling. And I've won 2nd and 4th there in that. But time events were my strong suit. I never was involved in the rough stock. I went to Howard College and then I went on to Sul Ross. At Howard College, we won every rodeo, the girls and the men's. And then most of the guys went to Sul Ross when I went there, and we were the world champs there. At the time, Bad Company was the big band everybody listened to, and that's what our company was called. But getting into the stock contracting business kind of happened at Sul Ross because I was furnishing the practice stock for the college, and then we got opportunities to put on rodeos, and they were very successful, and we got more and more and more, and it just got bigger. It's probably 22 or 3. It's a very expensive deal. I mean, nowadays they're giving a couple $100,000 for a bucking bull. I mean, it's no cheap investment, you know. So as I got in, plus I was competing, so that's kind of, they went hand in hand together. But it snowballed once we started producing rodeos. I mean, my first big contract really was Pecos, Texas, the world's oldest rodeo. And once we pulled that off big, then I mean, the next year probably had over 20 pro rodeo contracts. So it just snowballed in at that point, and it's just been bigger every year. Yeah, we were always getting calls about some outstanding bull or horse, and we make sure we try to get there first. But I've been around so much stock since I was little. I mean, we used to run 30,000 Angora goats, not counting all the cattle we ran. But well, the system and the time events were important. Nobody else does that. Nobody cares about the time events. But we had records every time they went and updated them after every rodeo, so we knew if a calf had 10 no times on him, there was obviously that's not one you were wanting to draw. But we were always trying to make the herd the best we could so that more chances to win. When you go in there and enter and see you've got a good steer or a good calf, that makes things a little better. But so as cattle weren't good, we deleted them from the herd. So then you didn't have an opportunity to draw him. But we got all our little rodeos to grow to where those big name contestants would be at every rodeo. That's, if you're a small rodeo and doesn't have any name contestants, the fans aren't going to be there to pay and watch it. So the more world champions you can get to enter your rodeo, the more people are going to come see it, and the more sponsors are going to be a part of it. Well, we had we took it to a whole different level. Like Night Moves the Bull, his song played when the gate opened. We choreographed the whole show. Yeah, to where the animal, the music, and then we tried to name stock after a song with a good beat. You know, not some hard acid rock or, you know, like the Dirty Dozen were 12 bulls that we had that we felt like you could win the rodeo in any of the 12. But it was like Bad to the Bone and I guess Hammer Time was great. He went to the finals 8 times, and Wild Thing was another one that went to the finals 8 times. Pick those songs with the beat, and your audience is always participating. I mean, they're more apt to clap and enjoy the rodeo if they're into the music, and so that was a big part of it. But we start off and turn on the pre-show an hour before the performance and start getting people to having a good time, and hopefully go have a couple more beers and loosen up, you know. But there's a lot of guys still right now that are abusing the music. I mean, what they play is rock and roll maybe, but it's not like what we do. I mean, at our rodeo, everybody's having a good time, and every night we try to get more people there and set records, and that's not, the rest of these guys don't care. They just want their check and get out of town, and we want to leave there breaking records so the next year it's better. We were always providing a lot of advertising. People knew we were going to be in town, so we didn't want the Thursday night first performance where nobody was there, and then by Saturday we have a crowd. We want a crowd every night. That's pretty much why we were so successful. Well, I named 2 of them, Hammer Time and Wild Thing. That's like records for a bull to go to the finals 8 times. And they were both Texas Buck and Bull of the Year 3 or 4 times. Never rode them, but they were the kind that they wanted to, if they could ride them, they'd be 90-something points on. Yeah, there's the stock is, the Eliminator is hardly ridden, but it's something you don't want to try to ride. They're just weird movements, and so the better animals that got the timing that guys feel like they can ride, well, they're going to buy a plane ticket and come try to get on him, no matter if they're spending a lot more money than if they got one that's never been placed on or ridden, because he's Eliminator. They're not necessarily going to come invest money to come get on him. Well, competition has improved so much. I mean, you can't, like the National Finals Calf Roping this year is probably going to be the toughest ever, because there's all 15 guys can be 7 flat every night if they want to. So the competition quality is big. Well, nowadays the horsepower in the time events, whether it's a barrel race or, like I think in the barrel race got 5 barrel racers in the top 15 this year that never have been to Las Vegas. So that probably means there's 5 veterans that didn't make the cut. So the competition livestock, the horses and stuff have improved that much, just like the rough stock. So the whole business has gotten better. But I mean, bottom line is there's more cowboys that making money, so that's helping the competition. But people got to realize when you have a rodeo and 800 people come to town to compete, most of them are buying a room, and they're filling up, and they're eating at restaurants, and they're shopping, and all those things help the economic impact of the community and the town. So that's, I mean, Las Vegas has realized it, and that's why so many things go on in conjunction with it now. I mean, you got the Cowboy Christmas, and you got all the concerts, and people are feeding off of the national finals. But right now, it's already, you can't get a room, and flights are expensive. I mean, real expensive for normal going out there. Well, for me, I'm pretty much, I try to out-advertise them, you know, and I put my company up here, and people know when Bad Company's got a rodeo. I mean, because, I mean, on a given weekend, there might be 7 rodeos you could enter, but they're going to go to where they think they can win at, or which one's going to be the most fun, you know, or where do I have the best chance to get the best bull. So, I mean, they take all those things in, and that's where we were so successful. When you go to those communities, you gotta, and we're easy to market. I mean, versus Rafter W. I mean, people don't know what the hell that even means, you know. But Bad Company is easy for the DJ, and we always assist in making commercials and putting the tunes. I mean, when that radio comes on and wild things going on, and the DJ says, well, you can see me at the rodeo tonight, this first performance of so-and-so. I mean, that's how you sell tickets. Because it's composed different, like in the PBR, yeah, they pretty much have they have their own staff. And where a rodeo company doesn't, it's not to that extreme, because the contracts aren't lucrative enough to where you're making big money at it. I mean, it's doing better all the time, but I mean, when you have to go give a couple $100,000 for a great bucking bull, well, to figure out how many rodeos you had to put on to pay for him, it'd never reach, you know what I mean? But I mean, it is. But now there's sponsors come in and may buy the bull and let you take him, and they get the promotion of him as the announcer announces him, and you can do PR on him and stuff. But it's changed a lot. I mean, it's very expensive. Look, now, I mean, an outfit probably would have easily 5 pickups on the trail and pulling different things and stuff. Well, you figure what a vehicle costs now compared to the old days, you know, and nowadays probably a year and you're getting a new one. In the old days, you drove one forever. But it's a tough market to make a profit in. Same for a contestant. I mean, for him to get to those rodeos, it's pretty tough. I mean, now there are guys. Well, one of them was in there a while ago. How many world champions Ledge won? 18 world championships, and he's basically retired, but he came to this today from South Texas. I mean, but yeah, 18 world champions in the steer open. It's really a retirement, but there's never an end to it. I mean, every day you're approached to do something. I mean, there's a lot. I don't know, there's a lot more people enjoy the sport. And now with the Cowboy Channel's been the biggest thing. The Cowboy Channel has brought so much more attention to the sport and the contestants, and a lot more sponsors are. It's a lot more appealing to people now. But there is some coverage that the Cowboy Channel offers that haven't been there before. But the PBR has been good for the rodeo business. No matter what they say, it's helped sell a lot of tickets because there's a lot more known bull riders out there nowadays, and known bucking bulls. But there's been a lot of exposure from the PBR that assists the PRCA. Really, this is larger than our Hall of Fame for the PRCA at Colorado Springs. I mean, this involves a bigger group and not just a rodeo cowboy. You know, you got artists and all different people that are being inducted into this. So this is probably the largest honor you could get. And me starting from scratch, it wasn't like I bought a company or was raised into a rodeo company. I built mine. Yeah, I paid my own way. So it's been a great honor. And there was a lot of people there today that have been in it a lot longer than I have. But yeah, it's about the highest honor you could probably have in the rodeo business. Having a company, you're having to oversee the entity of every event and the clowns and announcer. But that's one of the things that I did from the start is I furnished the whole package, so I knew I had the best. I didn't leave it up to the committee to hire the bullfighters and they get bad bullfighters and everybody get hurt. You know, I wanted the highest quality show you could have. It'd be like, I guess, producing a movie. You want the best actors. You wouldn't want. I mean, the bullfighters have to be on cue, but the announcer's a big part of it. But not only that, but I wanted to make sure that the media knew prior to, so that you get those ticket sales. The ticket sales are the bottom line. If nobody comes to watch the rodeo, the committee doesn't make any money, they're probably not going to hire you back.